Okay, today I'm going to be stringing the beans with binder twine. This is a real rough type of twine. As you can see, it gives the beans, the little tendrils, plenty of stuff to grab onto. And right here's where I'm going to be doing it. One of these days I'm going to run a board across the top and maybe put some kind of nails or something at an angle into it. But it would be a little bit better than this method I'm now going to use, but I'm just too lazy to do that this year, so I'll get to it eventually. The board at least would make it to where that didn't swag down on top like what it always does, but this is not a bad method. You know, it takes a good while to do this, but and it uses up quite a bit of string, more so than what if I had some kind of board. Also on the bottom, I always try to get it good and tight, and on the bottom I go around it twice. If you don't go around it twice, it has a tendency for all your strings just to kind of gather into the middle, especially since that string swags down on top, and then it all kind of just mooshes together if you're not careful. So anyway, that's pretty much this. I'll show it when I get done here. See, on that one I forgot to go around it twice, but I'll go around most of it twice. Okay.
Goodness gracious, Babby. You like to garden, don't you? Huh? Babby like a garden? Say. How many times have you rolled over in the past for the YouTube people? A whole bunch, huh? Here comes your buddy. Here comes your buddy Susie. You have to give your buddy a love swat, huh? Love swat for Susie. What are you doing, Susie? Huh? Yeah, working in the garden. Okay, here's another little wrinkle I've come up with, just for this year anyway. Who am I kidding about ever putting a board across the top with a bunch of nails in it to do my stringing? I'll never do that. So what I've done instead here, I'm taking another plastic coated wire, and I'm twisting it around this one, and that way it keeps my stuff from gathering quite so bad. As you can see right here, see that gathers too bad, but now when it's on this right here, it doesn't gather at all, where I've twisted that string, that extra wire around the existing wire. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a while here, is just twisting one wire around another wire like so, all the way down to the end there. Project City Babs right there. Don't you know how bad luck it is to crawl under a ladder? Well, maybe it's not. Well, in a way it could be bad luck to crawl under a ladder. What if that ladder collapsed? That would be dangerous, huh? I'll be careful though, okay? Yeah, you're a good little girl. Hey, Toozers. Yeah, okay. I gotta show Carly. Carly, she's a little dusty right now. Carly never does get in any of my videos. She kinda has a aversion to the other two cats. Don't you, girl? Huh? You gonna roll over for me one time? You gonna roll over for me just once? YouTube never does see Carly. No? She's really a gorgeous cat. You can't tell it right now. She got some doggone dust on her. Yeah? Huh? Hey. You gonna roll over? You gonna roll over? Goodness. Goodness. Goodness, there's Carly. Well, this is going to go just fine. Okay, so I have now finished up with this here. As you can see, let me get down below where I won't be shooting straight into the sun. There is my modified wire on top. So hopefully all my strings won't gather in and wind up in the middle. Hopefully the kinkiness up there will prevent that. So it's good to be kinky.
And there's Bab still helping me. She got out from under my ladder, thank goodness. Carly's on the hunt. Susie's down there somewhere on the hunt. Oh, she's way down there. I can't even zoom into her. She's right in front of that log down there, telephone pole. Cat's on the hunt. Babs is not a hunter. Thank goodness. 2 hunters in one family is enough. Hey, baby. You do know Paula Abdul tripped over a chihuahua and broke her nose today, don't you? I think they make it more dramatic than they really should. She probably just bumped her nose. Huh? Yeah. Okay. I'll try not to trip over you. All right? Huh? Yeah. You're a good girl. Okay. I've now officially come to the determination that this method of stringing beans sucks. So I've got there's let's say 3 sections of beans here, and I've got 1 section strung, which took me, oh goodness, it took me a god-awful time to string that. I mean, I'm not even counting doing this up here on the wire on top. That didn't take me much time at all. But this takes a hell of a long time. Plus, you can't get the string as tight as what you'd like. That's not too big a deal, but you waste a lot of string. It's every 3 inches at most, and heck, I've got a string, it winds up being every 2 inches, maybe even every 1 inch in some cases. That's because whenever you double it around the thing here at the bottom, your string is right together there. I mean, it separates as it goes up. But yeah, I think for 1 section, I'm just going to quit for today. For 1 section for tomorrow, I am going to try running a board across there with some nails, or screws into it rather, and putting some screws into the bottom, and just, you know, hey there, baby, and just looping around the screws. One reason I have resisted that, it really is because of the cats, because you don't want a lot of objects out here that's going to impale your cats. I mean, they go underneath this thing all the time. So I'll have to bend them down far enough to where the string will just barely go up underneath it. I think will be the deal on that, to keep that from occurring. Same thing on the top. They actually do climb these posts sometimes. They get up there on, they'll perch right up here on top of these things for a while and then jump off. Okay, after thinking about it a while, I decided I do not want to go with the boards across. I just hate the thoughts of my cats getting impaled on one of my screws, even unlikely though it may be. But I remembered that last year, the way I just then strung those beans, that's not the way I did it last year, or the year before, or the year before. That's the way I did it a long time ago. And I abandoned that. I abandoned that method a long time ago. For some reason it just came back to me to do it like that today, but that's not how I've been doing it for several years. I don't know why I did it like that, but anyway, this is how I do it. I just cut single lengths of string, 9 foot long, and just, you know, tie them at the top and tie them at the bottom instead of doing the throw over like what I was doing out there. So yeah, so here I am going to cut a whole bunch of long pieces of string. Gardening can be good exercise if you do it the right way. It's a lot of nice exercise. If you do it the wrong way, it's even more exercise. Either way, gardening is good exercise. Me and Susie is back out in the garden again, right, Susie? And just to let you know, my string is not all tangled up. I'll prove it to you there and show you right there. It's not all tangled up. So yeah, let's get started. It's trying to rain on me out here, and I'm hoping it doesn't really look like it's gonna do all that much. However, it looks a little threatening, but probably more so on camera than what it actually is. Okay, I'm going to start out in the middle. I have decided that as far as tightness goes, the best thing to do on this stringing, which I've never done, unbelievably enough, think I think about this stuff more when I film for YouTube than when I'm doing it just normally. But at any rate, I'm going to start the first one in the middle and pull down like really hard, and then that'll just get all the slack out of the line, and the whole thing will stay tighter than if I start on the side. That's the theory. Oh yeah, this is definitely going to work out better than my previous method of stringing, which sucked. Totally sucked. Like I say, this is how I've been doing it the last few years. I just forgot about that yesterday for some reason or another. Hey, Toosies. Oh yeah, this is just so much better. Plus the other method I was using, throwing the twine up over here, I was getting just totally all tangled up on that. Plus my ball of twine was gonna just sort of disintegrate before long. I was really getting ready to have a big mess. As I say, this is just going leaps and bounds better than the method I was showing here yesterday. This is not going to take any time at all in comparison, and not take half as much string. What are you doing up there, Babber? Say, what are you doing, girl? Huh? You find the interest in dirt, Clyde? Did you? Did you find the interest in dirt, Clyde? This is why it takes me so long to get things strung. Well, that ain't the only reason. That's Carly, by the way. Hey, what you doing? Arr. Hey, tiger kitty. What you doing? I need to get that. I need that string. That one right there. I need that one right there. That one right there. I don't have it tied yet. Uh-oh. We're going to see a swat here in a minute. Carly's not too fond of other cats. Hey, what you doing? Hmm? Give me that string. Give me that string. Actually, normally I go down and do one on farther down the line just to avoid this. Yeah, give me that string. Okay. Give me my string? Huh? What you doing down there, girl? Whoa. This is almost as bad as much of a cat vid as it is a garden vid. Yay! Carly! This is okay because Carly just simply does not get any press. String. You're an adventure to work with. Well, we got another cat. Hey, what you doing down there, Susie? Yeah. And there's Susie playing in the grass clippings. I actually had one cat one time when I had some hay out here that dive bombed the hay. She would go all the way underneath the hay, and well, actually that was Carly. Yeah, that was Carly. She'd dive bomb it and go underneath it like a little tunnel rat or something, and she developed an eye infection from it. I had to even take her to the vet. What you doing, Susie? Get it. Play. Go ahead. Do something for the people on YouTube there, Susie. Huh? Show them what you got. What do you got? Show them what you got. Show them your stuff.
No? Piece of paper? Huh? Okay. Susie! What are you doing, Susie? Huh? What are you doing? You got some grass there? Grass and a piece of paper? Huh? Okay. I'm not saying that anything I do out here is the best way to do anything, that's for sure. This is just the way I do it. It may not be the best way to do it, but this is the way I do it anyway. Yep, I don't know how much of this I'm getting. The light's getting pretty dim on me. But there's a few more strings. Well, I've all but finished here. You can see I got just a few right on the end that's not done, but I thought I better film while I still had the light. So you can see the second method I've used, how much different the string winds up looking than the first method where I threw the string up over it. I probably used at least twice as much string here, much more string than I needed. So if nothing else, this has demonstrated the vast superiority of the second method, and you can see how nice and tight that is there on the second method, whereas on the first method, well, you can't really tell on film, but believe me, the second method gets it a whole lot tighter, and it doesn't have a tendency to you know, gather up. But of course this first was the that I didn't put my extra string on or my extra wire on top. But can't believe I forgot that from one year to the next, how I did that. But at least this year I did come up with a new deal about putting the double wire up on top, where that's just a whole lot better. That holds it just a whole lot better. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. I never expected just to post a stringing video, but since I got a little bit of cat footage in there, maybe that'll hold everybody's interest. So yeah, I'll splice all this stuff together here. Bye everybody. It's always kind of sort of pretty whenever I get it all strung. It almost reminds me a little bit of the sails on a sailing ship, kind of. You can imagine that. Well, it does. It reminds me of it anyway. Whether it reminds anybody else of it or not, I don't know. Either the sails on a sailing ship or some of these modern bridges, like, I don't know, I think there's one in Tampa or somewhere. It goes over the Tampa Bay, I guess. It's got the big golden guide wires, or whatever you want to call them, cable stays, I guess. Okay, bye everybody again.